Yeah, we back. Now, if you've been following my channel since day one, then you already know a common phrase of mine is life is about power, not morality, not equality, not democracy. Life is about power, man. Might makes right. You got the money and the power, you do what the hell you want. That's just the fact of the matter. I'm not saying that's the type of life that I would, if I had the choice that I would create, but I'm just saying that's the cards we're dealt. Now today I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm going to ask the question, do black conservatives understand power? And when I say black conservatives, I'm not speaking about black conservatism on a worldwide basis. As we know, black conservatism appears differently in different nations, right? For example, the Nigerian version of conservatism is going to be different than the Western European or North American version of conservatism, right? So when I say black conservatives understand power, I'm talking about the black conservative based in North America. And what inspired this video, I was watching a live stream from Chaotic Truth earlier this morning. Shout out to Chaotic Truth. I just want to say, brother, I don't got a problem with you, man. I think you're a brilliant brother. I think you're highly entertaining. I don't agree with much of what you say, but I think you're brilliant. You're a brilliant broadcaster. You're excellent at what you do, and I can see your platform getting very large in the future. So earlier this morning, Chaotic Truth had a live stream entitled, take a look up on the screen, Is President Biden a Disgrace to White Men? And Chaotic Truth was talking about how the image of America, the image of the American government is appearing weak in front of the eyes of the world because the commander-in-chief is not, all the way on point. He played a video of where Joe Biden was at a recent Air Force graduation and he fell on the stage, he tumbled over on the stage, things like that, right? A very comedic presentation. Chaotic Truth has a lot of comedic value. But I'm not going to talk about President Biden. I'm going to ask the question, do black conservatives understand power? And I'm going to play some clips from the live stream, and then, I'm going to come back on my commentary. Let's go.
Development of North America is the white North American man, the Anglo-Saxon, whatever you want to call them, right?
Now, I want to start with that clip. The brother that was speaking right there was a contributor. He hopped on the live stream, to speak his mind and contribute some points. I want to play that first because that right there, he acknowledged that the men who set the foundation for this country, the men who are the administrators of this country, is the white North American male, the Anglo-Saxon, the European, whatever. We want to acknowledge that first. And I asked the question, do black conservatives understand power? Because throughout this conversation, when I would listen to these guys talk about the strength and the power of the American economy, the American dollar, the American military, the American government, when they would talk about the strength and power of these institutions, they would say, we, our government, our military, our, this and that, our army, our dollar, our economy. And I gotta ask, do my black conservative brothers really understand power? Because if you really understood power, then you would understand all of that shit you mentioned doesn't have anything to do with you. And I'm gonna jump back into the footage, but a problem that I have with the black conservatives, because just like on the other end, you got the black liberal who is under the illusion that things like equality and morality and democracy truly exist. That's why I came with my phrase, I came with my motto, listen, life is about power, not morality, not equality, not democracy. That was in response to the nonsense that was being pushed by the liberal faction of society. But on the other end, on the black conservative end, on the black conservative faction, they have a similar level of delusion to where what the white man did, they can pat themselves on the back for what the white man did. You sitting in the goddamn backseat of the car, the white man driving, but you talking about our car, this our BMW, this our mansion. Nigga, you sleeping in the basement, you in the backseat of the car. Sometimes you in the trunk. So listen, I'm gonna jump into the footage, man. Let's get into it.
I live in the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for serving. Our military is the best, period.
It is.
Listen, man, I don't know, man. I just bust out laughing every time I hear a black man, try to take credit for what the white man established, bro. Our military is so powerful. Our government is so amazing. Oh, man, our economy is so strong. Brother, black man, come on. Black conservative brothers, man. Come on, have a seat. Have a seat at the table, man. Come have a seat, man. Let's have a discussion, man. We got to get y'all boys right, man. First things first, we got to understand, as with any society that has ever existed, those at the top, they are the ones who are the engineers of society, the ones who control society. Those are the ones who can truly sit back and take credit and pat themselves on the back and say, damn, look at what we established. That's usually a small collection of people, and we typically call them the elites of society. And in my experience, you usually mostly see this piggybacking type of rhetoric, mostly coming from the average white man, the average common man, the average common white man. He will talk about, the greatness of Western civilization and things like that. Meanwhile, he works at the goddamn post office or something like that. And even on Chaotic Truth's live streams, I seen a white dude come up, a white dude who said he comes from the goddamn trailer park, and he was up on the panel talking about the superiority of the white race. We came and conquered the planet. We the administrators of the planet. Meanwhile, the brother talking about, nigga, I've been a poor white man in the trailer park my whole life. So, a lot of people like to piggyback off the elite of society who are really truly the administrators of society, that small collection of people behind the curtain. And for me, it was always funny seeing, a regular everyday white man try to take credit for what the elites of society have accomplished. And for me, it's even double time more embarrassing when I see a black man try to take credit for what elite white men have done. I mean, come on, brothers. Come on, man. I know y'all trying to be funny, man, but come on, man. We gotta cut it out, man. First of all, why would you judge your military prowess based on the military machine that the white man has established? When these secret undercover meetings are taking place and military invasions are being discussed and declarations of war are being discussed, listen, the black man ain't sitting up in these goddamn meetings. He ain't sitting up having these conversations. It's white man giving the green light. It's white man giving the go ahead. And y'all know that. Chaotic Truth said that the American Constitution is the greatest document in the history of humanity. And Chaotic Truth know damn well there wasn't no black men in the room when that document was being established. When the Berlin Conference took place, there wasn't no black men in the room. There wasn't no African kings in the room. There wasn't no African heads of state in the room. The president of Liberia wasn't in the room. The president of Haiti wasn't in the room. And I say all that to say, all the wealth and power that's established today, that the white man established, that Chaotic Truth is taking credit for, there wasn't any black men in the room on an administrative level that had any part and any contribution in anything that you're taking credit for, my brother. I mean, we have to understand, if we truly understand power, we have to understand, you cannot try to ride the wave of another man. You cannot ride the nuts of another man and think that that's going to be your vehicle into power and prestige, my brother. I mean, come on, man. If that's the case, you're equally as delusional as the black liberal who thinks that equality and morality and democracy truly exist in the real world. And that's why when it comes to these political factions, I kind of take a neutral position, and I don't really judge anybody who falls on either side, because both of y'all are equally delusional and retarded in my eyes. I mean, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Because when I hear that type of rhetoric, for example, it would be like one of the employees that work for my family's business trying to take credit for the wealth and the growth of the company and using possessive pronouns when they talk about the business. For example, if they were to say things like, our company has done so well this year, or our company has grown, our company is blowing up. Listen, calm down, man. Calm down. You work the register, you dispense medication, and you sweep up when we're closing up. You ain't doing no payroll. You ain't handling no payroll. You ain't busting no deals. You ain't paying no taxes. You ain't talking to the distributors and the manufacturers. You ain't doing none of that. We simply pay you to carry out a task, and because of the exchange of services, we pay you a portion from the profits made so you can go home and feed yourself and buy yourself nice things and things like that. This is not your company. Calm down, sit back, relax. That's kind of how I feel when I hear these black conservatives talk about, America and the power of America and the wealth and prestige of America. Listen, black wealth is decreasing year after year. Black men, you don't control any means of production. You don't have any significant influence in any industry in particular. You have damn near zero political influence. You barely lobby on any real level. I mean, come on, man. As black men, we got to live in reality, man. We got to live in reality. And I see that both sides of the political aisle are living in delusion. And that's why black wealth is decreasing. Black political power is decreasing, because you cannot establish anything in the real world if you are not operating in reality. Now, let's get back into the footage.
Outside don't realize is that's not real life over here. And if you come over here, you will get effed up. See, majority of us are not them. And they will have you fooled into thinking that America has gone weak. No, miss me. Still the strongest nation.
No, I agree.
Still pack that muscle. We still pack that horsepower. Now, when it comes to why I say that because of, now I'm not an expert, but I'm looking at it from the dynamics of intelligence. The fact is that what country can we name has more diversity of groups and races and cultures than America? So the fact is that in some form or fashion, we have intel on every continent, country, island known to man. Even the ones that throw spears at you if you try to convert them to Christianity. We know about it. We have intel. So the fact is that when you have a nation that's a melting pot of every intel, even our ops, even those who are against us, we have intel. So all of
Yo, all right. Now this gentleman right here, man, this dude right here was the inspiration behind the video. I was like, man, I got to grab the microphone, man. I got to speak on this. In the beginning of that clip, did you hear what he said? He said, America, we still the strongest nation. We still pack that muscle. What? And as if that wasn't bad enough and pathetic enough, he went on to brag about the power and the resources of the CIA. He went on to brag about how we got intelligence in every corner of the globe, and we watching everybody, and we got the military. Our military so strong, and our intelligence agency is so strong. And I had to make the video, do black conservatives understand power? Because if you understood power, you would understand the CIA don't got nothing to do with you, man. You didn't establish the CIA. You don't oversee the budget for the CIA. When it comes to those who occupy administrative positions in the CIA, you don't see a large amount of black men in those positions. And that's why I say there's a level of delusion, because that was the same exact gentleman towards the beginning of the video who said, and I repeat, I'm going to play it back. Play the footage.
The development of North America is the white North American man, the Anglo-Saxon, whatever you want to call them, right?
That same gentleman who was just bragging about the strength and power of the CIA and the US military was the same gentleman who acknowledged the development and the establishment of the North American Empire was the brainchild, was the creation of the white man. So if we understand this and acknowledge this, how can a black man, a grown black man, try to take credit and pat himself on the back for what another man did? And through my observation, the conclusion that I've arrived at is this: both the black liberal and the black conservative, they both desire the same thing. And what's that? Assimilation, integration. That's all it is. Now, when you look at the white liberal and the white conservative, they are fighting for different things. Yes, they both want the American government to remain the most powerful government on the planet, but they just have different ideas on how to govern the country and how to enact foreign policy. They just disagree on how to govern the nation. But their focus is on administrating. Their focus is on power. Their focus is on governing. But when you look at the black liberal and the black conservative, their focus is not on the administration of anything. The black liberal is busy chasing the illusion, the fantasy, the hypothetical scenario of a world where equality and morality and democracy exist and it flourishes. But that's not reality. We live in a world of might makes right. If I have the power to take it from you, I'm going to take it from you, and I dare you to do something about it. Bitch, that is the mentality of the world. It's a cutthroat world. We live in the jungle, man. Now, when you look at the black conservative, he understands that might makes right, because as you can see, he's always bragging about the power and the strength of what the white man established, the power of the white man's military, the strength of the white man's government. He's always riding the white man's nuts. He understands that life is about power, but in his mind, his vehicle to power is, I'm just going to ride the white man's dick, and hopefully he lets me sit in the back seat as he goes around the world taking over the planet. So what you get is this: you got the black liberal who is on his knees, begging the white man to accept him. Please, white man, please stop being mean to me. Please, I love you, please. And then you got the black conservative who basically is saying this: look, boss, I wave the white flag. You are superior. You are the man. You are the don. You are the king. You are the emperor. I just want to sit in the back seat, man. I just want to sit in the back seat of the minivan as you go around driving all over the neighborhood. Just let me sit in the back seat, man. I promise I won't make too much noise. Listen, I'll even pitch in on gas if we run out of gas. Just let me sit in the back seat, man. I don't want to drive. I don't want to sit in the front seat. You can have that, bro. You can have that, boss. I just want to be able to ride the wave, and I just want to be on the journey with you as you go around, conquering the planet. The black conservative is not interested in occupying any position of administration. The black conservative is comfortable with the white man occupying all positions of power, and he just wants to be along for the journey. And I think that's a large part of why we see black wealth decreasing year after year, and it's projected to hit zero in a couple decades, because black people, by and large, it doesn't matter what side of the political aisle that you fall on, as a race of people, we are not interested in establishing something for ourselves, something that we can call our own, something that we can build and really pat ourselves on the back and say, yeah, we did that. We built that. Yeah, we did that. Because it goes back to what I said earlier. Black man, you don't hold any influence in the economy. You don't own the means of production. You don't own any companies that are vertically integrated and are Fortune 500 certified. You're not really in the position of power like that in the region of North America. And instead of constantly living under the delusion of chasing equality or trying to think that we can just integrate into American society and we're just going to be Americans and we can just ride the white man's dick like the black conservative, I think we should focus on actually establishing something for ourselves, establishing an economy for ourselves, doing business among each other, building something for ourselves. And going back to what I said about companies that are vertically integrated. For example, when we talk about circulating the black dollar or keeping the black dollar inside the community, say you're a black man and you own a pharmacy, okay? Well, you don't own the company that distributes the medication or manufactures the medication. Those are two levels above you. And those companies are usually owned by people who are not black men, right? So right there, even if you have a pharmacy, the money is leaving the community because we are not vertically integrated to where you might have the black pharmacy, but you don't got the black distribution company that delivers the medication all over the nation. You don't have the black manufacturing company that manufactures the medication. And that's why when the pandemic happened a few years back, it wasn't any black companies that was bidding for those major government contracts, those $1 billion in profit that came down when the vaccine was being given out. And in fact, during that time, I seen a lot of black people trying to ride the wave of the white pharmaceutical companies. They were bragging about, the different, oh yeah, I got that Pfizer. Yeah, I got that Moderna. Yeah, I got that Pfizer. Bro, what the hell? Like, those ain't black companies, man. It wasn't no black men up in them rooms, up in them meetings, bidding for them contracts, man. None. because black men don't own those type of companies. But for whatever reason, black people love to ride the nuts of white people and think that their wins and their victories and their success is also your wins and your victories and your success. And that's why I say the black conservative sometimes is equally as delusional as the black liberal who is chasing equality. At the end of the day, life is about power. Life is a competition amongst different groups of men, amongst different political factions, amongst different groups of men. That is what life is about. Life is about might makes right. If my gun is bigger than yours, if my stick is bigger than yours, then I'm taking your shit. I don't look at life through an emotional lens. I just look at it like it is what it is. This the cards that we're dealt. But one thing I'll say is this: black men, stop trying to take credit for what the white man established. It makes you look crazy, especially chaotic. I think chaotic, you a son of immigrants just like me, man. You a child of immigrants just like me. So you just got here yesterday. Why do you feel so attached to what the white man established? I could understand, the brothers that been here since 1744 or something like that. You just got here the other day like me. Yes, I understand we're American citizens, but chaotic, goddamn well what the white man established don't got shit to do with us, man. But to summarize the video, I just want to hear black men brag about things that they've established. When the black man brags about military dominance, I want the black man to be bragging about his own military that is controlled and governed and administrated by black men from top to bottom. When I hear the black man brag about how strong his economy is, I want the black man to be talking about his economy with his corporations and his businesses and his women and children that he employs in these societies. I want to hear the black man brag about that. When I hear the black man brag about how powerful their intelligence agencies are, I want to hear the black man brag about his own CIA. I don't want to hear the black man brag about how powerful the CIA is or how powerful the FBI is. That ain't your institution, man. You don't run that shit. And I think what I'm trying to say is, I just don't like how the black conservative kind of plays a sidekick role to the white man. Like the white man, he in the driver's seat. And meanwhile, the black conservative, he's sitting in the passenger seat, acting like a cheerleader for the white man. The white man driving, you know what I'm saying? And the black conservative in the passenger seat. Like when you driving down the expressway and you got your girl in the passenger seat and she calling you daddy and she trying to give you head while you driving down the highway. I feel like it's that type of relationship that the black conservative has with the white man. It's very homoerotic. It's very pathetic, my brothers. It's very pathetic. But don't come into the comment section and try to insinuate that I'm a black liberal. No, I don't fall on that side of the aisle either. I think they're equally as delusional as the black conservative, because just like the black conservative thinks that the white man's achievements is his achievements, the black liberal somehow thinks that one day the white man is going to wake up and see the error of his ways and finally accept him into his society, and he can finally integrate and be assimilated into society. I think both of you guys are chasing the same exact thing, going about it in a different way. But yeah, man, chaotic truth, I don't got a problem with you, bro. If you ever in New York, man, hit me up, man. I'll take you out for some drinks, man. We'll kick it, man. Yeah, we'll do a live stream together, man. Whatever. It's your boy Neferkari Desalegn. Cash App up on the screen, and I'm gone. Peace. Reincarnated, I'm back in original fashion. I left on a horse and came back in that ass, and I left with abundance and came back to famine. We used to be pyramids, now we be rapping. Look how the mighty have fallen. Used to be running, now we be walking. When you be cooning, that's when they applauded. Selling your soul, your sons and your daughter. Gotta come up in this shit, they stuck in the mix. Really, my heart it be breaking. That's why I'm stacking that paper and handle my business. Pass it down in generation. Talking about money and power and building a nation. That's a deadly combination. Never be watching the TV, they pushing agendas, falsifying information. Know they got malice intentions. Step in the room and I'm feeling attention. Enemy watching, he blocking my vision. Pay for the check cause I need my redemption. Building my kingdom, I need it protected. Ready for war like a young Money Congo. Never decided the team is the motto. Up in the crib and I'm whipping up waffles. Up in the crib and I'm smoking gelato. I'm chilling, I'm taking my pain and make it ambition. I'm blessed by the gods, but I ain't religious. I came for the power, they came for the bitch. They making no hourly wage, I got business. This shit is an art and they can never be taught. Selling my soul, I can never be bought. Play with my money, I see you ain't caught. Run to the check and I do it for sport. Babylon falling, I go to the source. Packing my luggage and go overseas. Shorty be with me and she so elite. Shorty be chocolate, I'm calling her Hershey. Secret intelligence probably gon' murk me. Don't fuck with brands cause nigga I'm Haitian. Say the wrong shit and you're smacking their faces.